Trust. Dependency. Love. Respect. Passion. Pain. Intimacy. Pleasure. I sit here stuck inside my head, remembering you and I analyze all those things you said. You told me you loved me, you kissed and you hugged me, then you smile, look in my eyes, and tell me that you'll always be right there. No, you let me down. Whoa. Trust. Dependency. Love. Respect. Passion. Pain. Intimacy. Pleasure. I sit here stuck inside my head, remembering you and I analyze all those things you said. You told me you loved me, you kissed and you hugged me, then you smile, look in my eyes, and tell me that you'll always be right there. No, you let me down. Whoa.
Damn.
That's my song right there.
Damn.
Listen, somebody's gonna have to come sing that song to me, like in my face. Like that always have me ready. Come on, sing the song to me.
Sing the song. Where your
I love
picture at,
that
Michelle?
song. I love that song.
Where your picture go?
Who picture?
Yours. We can't see you.
You can't see me. I can see y'all. Hold on.
You see me?
You see me now?
You see me? I see me. You see me?
What? I see you. What the hell?
You might have to go back out and come back in.
Oh, boo. Okay.
Hey, Shar. So before we get into this thing, somebody got something going on. I hear the echo. Before we get into it, we want to say hi once again to our Sarkarians family because we are here unexpectedly. Okay, we is here one more time unexpected. Y'all was not expecting us to be on this Sarkarians page on a Friday night, just like y'all wasn't expecting us to be here on Tuesday. But here we are. You know what I'm saying? We are here live and in action. You got the aunties on tonight. You got the aunties. You got Auntie Michele down at the bottom. You got Auntie Genesis with her generic air horn. And we got our auntie in training, Natasha.
Like that's a faster work.
That's a faster work on it. Yeah. And I love saying Natasha's name in the way they say it, Natasha. They put the R. Natasha. They put all of that on there when they say her name. So I love it.
Cannot.
She said you got to punch the button, as an auntie would say.
Right.
Punch the button. So while you guys are here, I need y'all to go ahead and hit that share button. If you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, I need y'all to go ahead and do that too. Go ahead and subscribe. And what's the matter, Genesis?
Neighbors.
Oh, they getting it in?
Girl, I don't know what the fuck going on.
I was about to say put it on speaker so we can hear it.
You probably will be a neighbor in a little bit too.
Anywho, I just wanted to say I am your auntie Leo up in this thing.
Look, we need one of those for real though.
Right. I'm gonna get one. Watch.
Yes.
The upgrade, we gonna upgrade for real. One day y'all gonna see me do one of these. and you're gonna hear it. You're gonna hear it.
You just
And
gonna
so
take
it's
my
just
poor little job away. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm trying to be useful.
No, but you've been doing a good job.
you've been doing
Thank
doing
you, Auntie
good.
Yeah,
You've
you've
been
been doing
doing
a good job.
good, but
I've
you
been
be
sticking up for you.
delayed.
I mean, that's what aunties do.
Right.
Aunties be behind.
Yeah.
We do.
Catch up.
We do.
Okay. Hey, Fuji la.
Hey,
Ooh la la.
That's all that comes to my head every time I see
Hey,
his name.
girl. We is in here. And we're going to have a conversation tonight about emotional intelligence. There we go. My brain and lips got to catch up to one another. Like they're a little, like we just said, aunties be late. So we got to, it's got to connect.
Yeah.
So.
I've been doing that mess all week.
So listen, make sure. See, this is some auntie shit I just did.
What'd you do?
Because I had started uploading a video to YouTube at like 2:00, and it's still sitting here. I thought I uploaded it. It's still sitting here. I did not add my description and did not go ahead and upload it. But we're gonna upload that later. And it's okay. We're just gonna save it as a draft.
Yeah, you was multitasking like aunties do.
Yeah.
Baby, listen, the way I've had to multitask lately between working, doing both shows, getting ready to start the new Vibe show.
Yeah.
And doing DoorDash after work.
See? You got that hustle shit on. That's what's up. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
It ain't, but I'm over here like
right. You got the S on your chest. Wear it.
I don't want it. I don't want the S on my chest. Take it off.
He said, I don't like it.
I don't want
like
it. Somebody take it off of my chest. Somebody can have it. Cause aunties, one of y'all can have it. Auntie in training, you can have it. Somebody else can have the S. In this season, as a Black woman, I do not want to be super.
Wait, let me tell you about my real slow moment, auntie moment just right now. So backstage, we talked about this AIT, right? So whole time I didn't create a whole nother word for the shit. I thought it was artificial intelligence.
That's AI. I'm a robot?
No, ma'am.
And then you said auntie in training. I looked at her name. I was like, God damn.
No, ma'am.
Say this out loud. I'm like, I shouldn't say this out loud, but I'm
Go ahead.
All right.
It's all right.
See, that's what we not gonna
right. How the real auntie said, take your time, baby. Take
your
time.
For real. And I'm
bless your heart,
baby.
Bless your heart.
Indeed. Indeed.
Man. I agree with Fuji Lie. It is the aftermath of the retrograde. That was the slowest moment ever.
Yeah.
Y'all a little delay, a little touch. I am not touched. Say some you for you, boo. Listen, I'm trying, baby. I really am. It's gonna come sooner than later. I got some things I got to get done real quick. But I promise you, when it get done, y'all gonna be like, why the show ain't on this week? And why
she gone?
She gonna lie down somewhere.
Listen, I'm about to go lay down.
No.
I'm about to go lay down.
No.
Okay?
No, don't go there.
Listen, y'all gonna be texting and calling my phone, and I'm gonna be like,
I'm swamped. D&D. Do not disturb. personal mode on the iPhone.
It's a Jill Scott song. I'm scheduling a necessary breakdown.
Yes, I love that
That's
song.
what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna schedule that. But it ain't gonna be a necessary breakdown. It's gonna be necessary rest. Okay, Sis gonna schedule it.
I mean, but you can't add no breakdown in there.
Hey, and is okay.
Don't leave that breakdown.
And is okay. Definitely gonna leave that necessary breakdown in there. I was just saying that ain't gonna be the purpose of it. But as it get cracking, it's going to go down. Okay, that necessary breakdown is gonna happen. So, y'all, those that know, you know what I'm saying. And so, I appreciate y'all for knowing, and appreciate y'all for reminding me to take some time for myself. It's coming. I promise. I won't be walking around here looking like what I've been through in a couple weeks. I promise.
That's the best part. That's the best part.
No, listen, I told y'all, if y'all saw this hair up close in real life, y'all would be like, Leo.
Girl, I'm in a bad need.
Go lay them edges down.
Girl, I can't talk about nobody head. Trust me.
Go lay them sideburns down.
That's sideburns.
See this scarf on this head? Exactly.
Listen, the way my hair just looking all, it's cute. But I'm like, ooh, the way I was looking earlier at work, I was like,
oh, okay.
You see how these locks leaning to the side? I'm covering up a big fro at these at the roots. That retwist coming soon.
It's okay.
Listen, I love your locks. I keep thinking at some point that I may want to do that, but the fact that I am not committed enough.
Obviously, I'm not either, because it's been about almost a year for a retwist. So, yeah. I'm just letting them do what they do.
She over there freeforming.
Girl.
Yeah. Listen, you gotta be looking like the niggas in Florida in a minute.
Wow. They gonna be pulling them
one big ass lock.
Yes.
They gonna be trying to pull them things apart. She gonna be like, ah.
Right. I'm like, just cut it. Because I'm telling
you. That's what they do. They cut it.
Yeah.
They cut them.
I'm surprised Sheba is still around, baby. Okay.
She's flourishing. That's why.
She was on her way to being a fade. Like right before this color got put in here, she was on her way to being a fade once again. And I just keep saying, no, I'm gonna leave her alone. I'm gonna leave her alone. But then other times I'll be like, you know what? Either you gonna get it together, or you finna be on the floor, okay? You finna be on somebody's barbershop floor. Yes, ma'am. Because I am the total opposite of what people think women are. I am not that girl. I have hair down my back all my goddamn life. And I am the girl that's like, it's just hair.
Same. That's why mine's short right now.
It'll grow back.
Like,
I swear.
I
done did this like 5 times.
Damn, for real?
Yes. Big chop every time. I'm like, take it off.
So y'all think your head shape is ready for the big chop. I got a big ass head. Okay, my forehead.
I do too.
Lollipop.
I looked at my dad's head and was like,
Lollipop.
That's it right there.
Yeah, I love Michelle's cut and hair when she wear it like that. I love when she wears her hair like that.
Thank you.
Not to say I don't like your other hairstyles, but that's my favorite.
Like, okay.
That's really my favorite. It's absolutely my favorite.
Really?
Like, yes, it's so cute, and it's just like it's simply cute, and it fits.
It fits you. It fits you. It shows that sassy girl.
Yes, cause you be in here like, wait, what the mouth be doing?
Right.
That's hilarious. He gets on my nerves.
So I have a quick question before we get into the topic tonight. Am I the only one without my heat on right now? Everybody else
No,
turned
I'm
it
cold
No,
too.
I have mine.
I'm
Okay.
kind of cold too.
Yeah. Although
I'll be seeing
today
this
was
little
kind of
chill
nice
little
and
thing slip in like this auntie shit, okay? Because yeah.
oh, you said that to give us a warning if you throw
Cause
that
y'all
blanket
see
over
me up
your
in this
shoulder,
like
like a real auntie would.
for real. I'm cozy. Y'all
No
lucky I got my
judgment.
candles going.
No
Listen,
Might be turning
judgment.
my electricity off, but don't worry about that part.
Right. Stay focused. Don't worry.
focused.
It's all
Focused.
right.
Nah.
All
I was
right.
definitely about to throw my little crop top hoodie on just for the
Mm,
long sleeves. Like,
Girl.
man.
I love hoodies. You know.
Oh, this a good one. Hold on. Underlay,
I
mommy,
ain't got this damn
yeah.
song in my head. All I hear is "Go Lay Down" in my head right now.
Right.
Listen,
That part.
not your intuition.
look at Cass. She's silly. Oh, look, her
girl.
face made my mama night.
What?
She's so goofy. But we finna get into this topic.
Yes, ma'am.
That's
Because in the world we living in right now, it is a hard task to find somebody who is truly emotionally intelligent. And I'm not going to say it's hard to find somebody. It is a hard task to find somebody who's aware of their emotional intelligence and shit like that.
Intelligence in general, shit.
Yeah,
that part, but
that too.
That's another episode.
it is. Yeah,
On the
we can
next
get
episode of the Phat Girl Chronicles Aft.
Yeah.
Because
Dark. You know
common
what I'm
sense don't be
saying?
common.
Girl,
deep and wide, deep and wide.
That's what he said.
No.
Oh, sorry, y'all. Sorry, y'all. Auntie Leo been in love. She in love. But anywho, so emotional intelligence, as I looked up the definition, because I be trying to make sure I give y'all the right things to be, to be talking about. And so when I looked up the definition, it means the ability to understand, use, and manage your own emotions in a positive way, to relieve stress, communicate effectively, empathize with others, overcome challenges, and diffuse conflict. I can't even see what's happening, but the sound made me jump on the inside.
It's not even the sound. Don't even. Manner that she came back after she did the shit was like,
I can't even see
shit
because I was up here
happened.
reading.
Nope.
Sorry, we had
My bad.
no attention
I'm
there.
sorry.
Okay,
y'all ain't using y'all emotional intelligence
at all.
I know that was very rude.
At all.
No, I don't even know what happened, but I just heard it.
Don't worry, keep going.
But that's what emotional intelligence is: the ability to understand, use, and manage your own emotions in positive ways, to relieve stress, communicate effectively, empathize with others, and overcome challenges and diffuse conflict. So, one of the things that I have recognized is that a lot of people lack emotional intelligence.
They do.
And it's not the part where that they lack the ability to understand and use their own emotions in a positive way. It's the other part that they lack the ability to communicate effectively. They lack the ability to empathize with others. And they lack the ability to overcome challenges and diffuse conflict. A lot of people would rather beef up the motherfucking conflict instead of diffusing it.
Yeah.
So, let's talk about it.
I really feel like that can happen over time sometimes. Like, for me, because sometimes my emotional intelligence can lack. But that's because I feel like I've been a people person and I've been so empathetic to people. Now, at this point in my life, I'm just like, if you don't toughen that shit up, Like, I just sometimes I'll be like, what is we talking about? Like, I really don't. Yeah, so sometimes that happens over time when you were so heightened and used to pay attention to everybody else, and now I'm like, if it ain't got to do with this, I'm not really meh. So
I feel like I'm opposite, honestly. Like I naturally observe people and I don't speak on a lot of stuff or things. I just sit and watch. But I feel like over the years, it's gotten to the point where now I feel like I'm not almost, I'm an empath. I tap into people's emotions more than I tap into my own. Like I could tap into their stuff before me, which is crazy. And that's why a lot of times I go into solitude because that solitude is my way to regenerate. I know a lot of people think that I just go into like a depression or I just go just to get escape everybody. But sometimes that's how I regenerate and come back because my mental has to get better in order for me to help you. I can't be out here in these streets looking crazy, talking about, yeah, girl, you could do it, but I'm crying. No,
Right. Right. Well, and that comes from a level where you can't really pour from an empty cup when you keep giving and giving and giving, and to the point that you're exhausted. And now the problem is the law of reciprocity isn't working, right? Because you're expecting whatever you give out, it's going to naturally return back to you, but it doesn't all the time, or it doesn't show up in the way that you expect it to. And that's what I had to learn, because I would do certain things and I was expecting to be treated like I treat someone, right? But just recently, someone has taught me to look outside of that, like to look at the way that they show up, not that they're not showing up in the way that you gave to them, but how do they show up for you?
Yeah.
Right. So I don't like grand rising. Don't grand rise me in the morning. Don't. But if you send me a nice text, be like, have an amazing day. That's fantastic for me. Right. I can go with that. But now if I'm the one that's texting over and over and over again, and I may get something on a Tuesday or a Sunday, I'm like, hey, we had 7 days out the week. Well, I said, have a happy day. What the heck?
Like you had a whole happy week without talking to me.
Exactly.
Keep doing so.
Right. Exactly. Keep that same energy.
Exactly. So, but then again, you have to really realize we have to use emotional intelligence on other people too. Like, are they going through something?
Yeah.
Are we tapping into that? Or are we just really expecting what we expect? So it's a two-way street sometimes.
And it's bad because we are in a very selfish world. Like, so it's hard for people to tap into that emotional intelligence because they're so busy thinking about themselves. And it's terrible because the world could be so much better if people just show empathy or even just take the time to realize you're not the only one going through.
That's the part. Yeah, that's the part. So, yeah, that's something that we all have to work on,
Facts. Absolute facts. Hey, Auntie.
Hey. You ain't want to mess my name up. I know it.
I know I did. You saw that. I'm glad you
recognized
that, girl. I was like,
it's Ayla. It's Ayla.
Okay.
The E silent. The E is silent.
That E is
like the T in tsunami.
Like the T in psychology, baby. Like, why is it here?
Wait, at least I didn't do, hey, baby. I
was like Auntie Genesis.
I was about to say.
Auntie Genesis. There we go. Let me get the whole
Auntie Genesis definitely gives that, hey, baby.
Right. I get it from my mama, too.
She gives hey, baby vibes. Hey,
right.
baby.
Well, I'm going to be old and I'll be like, hey, sugar. Hey, baby. Come
Go
here.
over there and be like, who?
I do that now.
Me too.
I was about to say, I say, hey, sugar.
There's a lot of people who are baby to me, too.
Hey, baby.
Yeah. Hey, like, I know your name. I just don't feel like saying it.
Hey, sweetheart. Like it ain't sweetheart. It's sweetheart.
Sweetheart.
Hey, sweetheart. Sweetheart.
You better not throw that T in there.
Right.
Listen.
We hot.
Because what's it going to do? Nothing.
It's going to be 10.
Now, did everybody take
Fujila stupid. She said there's some candy in
See,
Lord,
there's some candy in the candy.
Don't laugh at her. She the reason why I gotta have emotional intelligence, because this girl right here.
That is too funny.
I love her. Okay,
Listen,
Fujila?
Fujila is my daughter.
That's Michelle's daughter.
Yes.
And when I say I love me some her, she is hilarious.
She is funny as hell.
Gosh. Now, what's funny is to see us both together. That's the funny part.
Now that I haven't seen.
We gotta see
That's the funny part.
Shar said the serenity prayer helps me, even if someone is not a believer. Just remembering what it says centers me. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change what I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Amen to that.
Yes. I altered a little bit. I was like, please help me not throw the rock at the person in the moment. Blah blah blah. That's
right.
I go through levels. I know I go through levels.
I pray for so lately I've been doing a lot of praying. Like crazy. A lot of praying, a little bit of manifesting too. And the main thing that I talk about when I'm manifesting or praying is I pray for discernment. And I also pray for the ability to know myself enough to know when something isn't fitting right with me emotionally or spiritually. So then I can either remove myself or at least make it plain and say, look, this is whatever's happening here is not working for me. So and be able to express it and say, hey, this is that. And if I feel like it's a situation where we can have a open conversation about it, then that's what we're going to do. But if I feel like it's a situation where you're attacking me when I'm trying to be emotionally available, then I got to remove myself from that situation, because I used to find myself trying to make somebody understand where I'm coming from in the midst of them not understanding and trying to attack my character in the process of me saying, remember, because those remember people, I can't. Those remember people are the ones for me. I remember when, I remember last year you had said, wait a minute, last year.
I'm not even that person.
I'm not even that person.
Yeah, you're not that person.
I thought we got past.
I remember last year I told you I was going to slap the taste out your mouth, and I ain't do that yet. No, neither.
Do that.
Would you like me to go back to being that person? You can get these hands. For real.
Both.
Yeah.
Both.
The hands will help you. The hands will help you. If my words did not, the hands will.
Oh my! But see, there's a part where you have to get to a part in your life where you start to tell yourself to honor your soul, right?
Yes.
Because your body will tell you, like Ayla was saying, your body will tell you when it's time to remove yourself, when it's time to shut it down, and all this other stuff. So I will say it. You will always hear me say it. Honor your soul, whatever it is. Like I could be at a party and I'm done at this time, and so I start jingling my keys to let people know I'm about to go. You know what I'm saying? Don't leave now. No, my soul says I need to leave. You know,
I'm the friend that's like, I'm ready whenever y'all ready.
Indeed,
that's me.
Yes,
walking through the door, I'm ready.
I will like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be the party pooper, but I will let them know, like, hey, I'm ready whenever y'all ready. I'll be over here.
It can be 5 minutes. I'll be like,
yeah. And I'll be like, y'all ready? You know, I'll be trying to let them know. That's the forewarning. My sister say that all the time. That's how we know when you ready to go, because you'll tell us, I'm ready whenever y'all ready.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's just because I don't like that scene like that. You know what I'm saying? I will go out, and when my cup start feeling a little empty, I be like,
yeah, right. That part. That part, hootie hoo. That's it. That's my call. That's my call. And I have keys on a one of them little squirrely things you put on your wrist. Yeah. So Fuji Line will she'll watch me. She'll watch me take the keys out my purse and put it on my wrist. She already know what time it is. She'll be like, "Oh,
to go."
Yeah, she'll be like, "Oh, my mommy's ready to go."
Yeah, I love it. The body.
She said, "Or when you ask somebody, what you plan on doing after this, aka time to go."
So, what you doing after this? Cause
my go-to is, what you want to eat when we leave?
Yeah, look, that'll get me going quick because I'll be telling you I want some lemon pepper chicken wings. Let's go right now. So before it closes.
Asia said, absolutely, that intuition doesn't lie. And then Shar said, if you want me to remember, I'm gonna remember the stuff you want me to forget. So don't remind me about shit. Okay.
Exactly.
That part.
And that's the thing. And I said that in one of the videos I just posted recently, is that, and I had to come to this point where I am not going to let people hold a version of me that they have in their head against me.
Baby.
I have grown, okay? And because that's the version, or whatever the case may be, however we interacted, and that's the version of me that you have in your head, baby, come back around. You can get to know this new version if you want to, but if that's what you're going to hold on to, then you can't be here. You can't be here. This is a whole new woman. And hell, the woman I was last week ain't the woman I am this week neither. Therefore, you either get used to the fact that I am ever growing, ever changing, and ever evolving, or you can hold on to that version of me, but what you are going to find yourself in is in a screwed up ass duality and reality. Because that shit don't line up. Yeah. And what is it called? Shit, I can't even. Cognitive dissonance. That's what that is. That's what it's called. Come on, psychology. Come to the
Hold on, let me go Google this.
Cognitive dissonance. I remember exactly what it means. It means I'm gonna read it. Because it's basically like where two things cannot exist at one time. So your mind is fighting the other. You know what I'm saying? Your mind is going to continue to fight this version of what it is. It says the state of having inconsistent thoughts, beliefs, or attitudes, especially as relating to behavioral decisions and attitude change. So whatever you think you know about me, it don't exist no more. So this Tiffany and this Tiffany are two different people, or as y'all know, this Leo and this Leo are two different people. You know what I'm saying? And so they don't line up. These people are two different, and they exist in two different times and two different places. So you can continue to hold this version of me in your head and think this is who I am and who I'm going to continue to be. But this version over here trying to thrive and flourish and all this other good shit. No, I take that back. She's not trying. She is over here thriving and flourishing and doing all that.
You don't have to hold that other one in the distance, because I don't need no more, baby. Move around.
I mean,
bringing it up.
Me and her be over here like,
for real.
Well, as you know, I be walking away. You know, because
you have to.
Because we gon' part, sis. We is gon' part.
I'm finna go over here.
Facts. Okay.
But how do you convey that, or how do you get over the challenge? Let me flip it to not a sister vibe or a friend vibe, but if it's your significant other, because a lot of times your significant other doesn't move or doesn't flow in the same direction that you flow. They don't. Sometimes they won't accept the fact that you're growing, and you may be growing out of the person who they fell in love with.
Are we talking about like a spouse, like in a marriage, or are we just talking about boyfriend, girlfriend?
It could be both. I mean, because that issue is present in both situations. I've seen a marriage fall apart because one person grew, the other person didn't. And when it came to the emotional intelligence part, the person that was growing didn't know how to explain really what was happening. And so the significant other, because they couldn't understand, they started to grow more and more apart.
Mm-hmm.
So how would you all lovingly let someone know, these are the things that I need? How would you tell them what your emotional intelligence is? This no longer honors my soul, and I need to do this.
Just like that.
Right.
Just like
I was
that.
about to
Good
say,
conversation.
I mean,
setting boundaries.
the thing about having the communication and conversation in that aspect is the other person has to be able to receive.
Mhm.
And if the other person isn't able to receive and understand that you're having this growth or having this type of conversation with them, they're not going to be able to grow with you in that emotional intelligence or whatever level of growth that you have going on, especially if they're not doing the work and they're not doing with you. If I can be transparent, that is what's happening in my life at this moment. I am currently separated from my husband because there is an emotional disconnect of communicating effectively and say, this is what I need. And then him hearing what I say I need. And I'm saying it. You see how I'm talking to you guys now? I'm not saying it in this irate manner. It does get there, but it gets there after I feel like I'm being overwhelmed with stuff and emotion that I can't deal with. So I'll say, hey, this is what I need, and this is what I'm asking of you. And I just need you to do this for me. And either he will go and say, okay, I got you, but then turns around and do the same stuff over and over again.
And you have to keep repeating yourself too.
Right. And instead of repeating myself, or it became a point where he would say, he'll start gaslighting. So it was like, well, you want me to do this, but I got this, that, and that, and that, and that. And I'm like, okay, so everything else is more important than me in this marriage right now is basically what you're saying. This is what I'm hearing from you. That ain't what I'm saying. Okay, so explain to me what's happening. And it became a circle. So sometimes you can have emotional intelligence on one end, and if you don't have it on the other, it's going to always be that clash, no matter the relationship, marriage, boyfriend, girlfriend, shoot, parent and child.
Yes.
Same thing. I've seen parents and children really go at it because the child is having some type of emotional disconnect with themselves, or they're going through whatever things that we go through as teenagers, and they don't know how to express that effectively. And the parent is just trying and trying and trying. Then the parent just give up, and now all of a sudden, now the parent just want to be their friend, or they want to buy them stuff all the time. They're trying to find ways to pacify their child because they can't find a way to have a connection and have a conversation and say, please be able to, this is where I need you to explain this, and the child can be able to say, okay, this is what's happening with me.
I would say too that sometimes it's not necessarily that the other person lacks emotional intelligence. They just aren't on the same level of emotional intelligence as you are. Because especially when it comes to men, a lot of us
I feel like that's a lack.
I'm going to say that's a lack, my love.
That's a lack.
I mean, if they not on the same level as y'all, then that's a lack.
That's a lack.
Okay, but still, but I'm saying in the fact that it doesn't mean that they don't have emotional intelligence.
No,
it just means they're not on the same level.
You don't have as much as me, so you're
y'all know what I'm trying to say.
And now I gotta find somebody with as much as me. I mean, if that's what I want at the time.
I used to listen to a podcast some time ago, and the thing that the guy used to say all the time about certain men who lack emotional or fail to have a certain level of emotional intelligence, that they don't have the testicular fortitude.
Not the testicular fortitude.
They don't have the testicular fortitude to understand themselves emotionally, to be able to communicate it effectively, that they're able to say, when this happens, or when you do this, when you say this is how it makes me feel. Like. And so because they're lacking in that and stuff, now the thing is, now it's a lot of women, especially Black women, we find ourselves trying to cope, help, make excuses. We try to beat, okay, well, let me do it this way, and let me do it. And we try to do the same stuff over and over again, or different things, just to make them get on the same level that they'll never be on, because
that's not what I was saying. Like, I ain't trying to make nobody be on my level, but I think a lot of times as we're growing, we grow in different times and in different spaces. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So as we grow in those different times and spaces, what I was trying to say was that my emotional intelligence at this point in time may be further than yours, but shit, mine might have just got here and it wasn't here before. Right. My shit might have been at a 3 and yours is at a 6, and now I'm at a 9 and you still at the 6.
At the 6.
Yeah,
but are you trying to be at a 9 too?
Right. That's the part. You at that point you have to decide whether or not how long you are going to wait for him to catch up.
This is my question.
Are you going to catch
up? Because why were you just sitting at this 6 while I was growing? Like you should have been at the 9.
Well,
you only had 3 steps.
They stay at the 6 because they're comfortable at the 6 and they don't see anything wrong with them being at the 6. Right?
But now I'm uncomfortable. So
that's the part. That's the part. That's
so
the part. You're uncomfortable.
There's a lot that I am learning right now. And when I tell you, I'll be like, well, shit.
Learn about yourself.
Dang.
Yeah, learning about myself. You know what I'm saying? Just simply because I have been open to paying attention to me more.
Right.
And then my interactions with people. Right. And I told Genesis this the other night. I said I posted that video of AJ Johnson talking about intentions and all that other kind of stuff lining up. And it really did resonate with me for so many reasons, but it resonated with me for the simple fact that I was in that space where I was constantly like bumping heads with people, constantly arguing with people. And I had a conversation with Genesis one time, and she like, "Why you keep getting into it with people?" And I was like, "Bitch, I don't know." I'm like, "I don't fucking know." You know what I'm saying? I'm like, "I don't know." But the reality of it is that the intentions didn't line up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so when the intentions don't line up, there is a disconnect. There is a continuous disconnect. And that can go for relationships as well. Like I'm trying to grow with you. You're trying to grow by yourself so that you can be what I need you to be. You know what I'm saying? And that's 2 different ideas. It's 2 different thought processes. And so sometimes, my bad. So sometimes the intention of the growth or the intention in the way that you all see how you want to grow is different. Like I'm trying to grow for me so I can be better for you. And you're trying to grow or you want us to grow together. And that's not how growth works. You know what I'm saying? Right. Even if it could be the same damn seed planted at the same damn time, and they still aren't going to grow in the same way or the same direction. So what I have learned and what is hard for me to do sometimes is to express my direct needs.
Yeah.
Hi. I am Leo. I need these things from you.
Right.
And I understand if it's something that you may have to adjust to, but this is what I need. And in this time and in this space in my life, like I have battled with saying what I need, which is also causing a lot of chaos, a lot of disconnect, a lot of people not fully understanding my thought process. But also, I do feel like if people want to understand what's happening, then there can be a conversation. And I don't always have to be the one to initiate it. To say this is what I desire, this is what I want. If at any point you feel like you don't understand me, that's the opportunity for you to say, hey.
They have to want to, though.
Hey.
Right.
Yeah,
they have to want to be here with
so
me.
there has to be a want. There has to be a want to understand, a want to learn, a want to be a part of whatever's taking place with Leo. So I had the conversation with my therapist, and she was just like, you have become so self-aware over this period of time. And she's like, I'm so proud of you. And I was like, yeah, but being self-aware feels like paranoia. Okay. Like, it feels like fucking paranoia, because you want to say stuff, you want to express yourself, but then on the other side, you are constantly doing this with yourself. Like, you constantly bumping heads with yourself.
Well,
my therapist told me that too.
I'm gonna say something that one of my sisters said to me, and she broke it down this way. And she said, "Clarity is kind, and being nice can also find you on the wrong side of where you don't want to be." So when she said those words to me, it kind of struck a bell for me to be more clear on what I need, what I want, what doesn't suit me anymore. Because if I keep going along being nice, then we're going back to the part where you're starting to feel uncomfortable. And now you're starting to resent the person, right? Because you're making adjustments for that person, but you don't feel as if they're reciprocating and making adjustments for you. So where the clarity is kind is, there was a person that I know that was in a situation, and she asked the person to do something. They said, yes, I'll do it. I'll get to it, in a little while. And the issue of it was she didn't need for him to get to it in a little while. She needed to get to it right now. And so she was like, I'm so frustrated. And I said, and when I broke it down, clarity is kind. I said, listen, you didn't say when to get it done, right? You said, can you do this for me? They said, yes, I will. Right? So they answered you. They gave you the answer you wanted, but that wasn't what you wanted. You want it done now. So where clarity is kind is, can you do this within the next hour? Because when you do this in the next hour, I need to do this, this, and that. And I can't do this, and that unless this is done. So in the next 60 minutes, can you please make sure that's done for me?
First of all, don't say 60 minutes to me.
You gonna count them.
In the next 60 minutes.
What happened in 60 minutes?
No, that's not so. But that is definitely one of the things. Like, I am fully learning to communicate my needs, because that's one of the things that we aren't often taught to do as Black women. We are not taught to express our needs or to really say what we want or desire from our partners or from the people in our space or our friendships or the people that we're connected to. And I have really gotten to the point now, it's like, listen, I'm not finna fake it with you. I'm literally gonna tell you what the fuck it is. Like, I'm gonna tell you what I need. And then if I feel like, you know what I'm saying, that I did not fully express myself, like, you know how you say something and then you gotta go back and think about it, and then you be like, all right, well, let me go back and say a little more, because sometimes we don't. And I think in this, I know that in this time and in this space of my life, like, I really just want to be heard, to be cared for intentionally. You know what I'm saying? And genuinely. I don't want, and organically. I don't want it to be forced. But also, what I am learning about myself is that trying to not make things happen. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes shit just gotta flow. And sometimes I'm so used to other motherfuckers trying to rush my flow that I forgot what it was like to be in my own flow. So now, like, when you dealing with people who's in their flow and you like, nah, because we supposed to be going fast because that's what you've gotten so used to. And you like, I'm supposed to slow down? Oh, okay, well, let me slow down. Let me see what that feel like. Because slowing down is good though. Like
sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, like bro, I don't want to rush all the time because shit.
You gonna miss
My
something.
name ain't Ricky Bobby.
Not Ricky
Got to always go
Right,
fast.
Ricky Bobby. So, Ayla, in your I wanted to ask Ayla, in your transparency moment, how are you going to move from one point to the next to help with the emotional intelligence?
What do you mean?
It's because you said there's a barrier there. Is there a way to get over the barrier without the gaslighting?
I don't think so. I don't think so. That's why I had to remove myself. So I'm no longer in the household. I had to remove myself. I found in me trying to find a connection, right, and try to build something and say, hey, this is what I need. Can you please provide that? And then he'll either gaslight or say, I got you. And then it would be half-assed.
What it say?
What
it
say?
Do it with your half.
Not do it with your half-ass.
What it say?
Yeah.
Words to live
Not
by.
do it with your ass. Come on, I need that
You wouldn't
shirt.
do it half-assed for
Period.
yourself.
I need
Don't let
that
other
shirt.
people do that shit either.
And the other thing that I found is that when Leo, I want to call you, but when she was talking about talking to her therapist and being self-aware. So I've been going to a therapist for a while now, and I've been aware of things. I've been paying attention to all type of stuff. So I've paid attention to his communication with other people outside of his communication with me. And I noticed that the communication was very similar. So people couldn't tell him anything. The moment that somebody would call him and say, hey, I got a question. You just think I don't got nothing else going on in my life? Like it was just automatically a defense. And I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, like, it's just me. And I'm realizing he's doing this with everyone. This is who he is. And so when I was talking to my therapist, she was like, do you think that he has the capacity? And I thought about it and I said, I don't necessarily think at this moment he has the capacity. He doesn't want to learn past that. And I listen to what people say, but I also pay attention to what they do. I listen to a lot of the things that he said, and I let that stuff feed me. It couldn't feed me anymore, right? So now I started to pay attention to everything else. And I realized that he would say things and certain things there was no backup to it, but then there was those little small things that he would say, like the one thing where he said to me right before I left, probably like maybe 2 or 3 weeks before I left, it was, I don't need to change. I ain't never changed. What I need to change for?
Oh, okay.
You right.
Oh, right, exactly.
You by yourself.
Say less. I said, okay.
Say less.
I'm like, you don't think there's nothing that you need to change? I mean, I already done stopped doing this. What else I need to stop doing? And I'm like, it's not about you stopping. It's about growth. Like there's things that you say you want to do with your life. And I'm trying to help you to achieve those things. So how we going to get there? We can't even have those conversations without it being an argument or without it being, I'm trying to change him or I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. And I'm like, I'm not trying to do anything but help you get to the next plateau, baby. I'm trying to grow.
Right.
You say by the time we in our 40s or 50s that you want us to retire and be living on the beach and having houses here and here. How we gonna get there?
What's our plan?
What's the plan?
Right.
You're saying all this stuff, but there's no plan. It's just all these little to-do list things, and none of it's getting done. But if I say I'm tired, I really don't want to do nothing today, then your thing is let's go to the casino. You want to blow money, but you don't want to save it. You don't want to invest it, but you want to blow it. It was just so many different things that I had to pay attention to with myself and why I was allowing things to happen because I was dealing with him in trauma. So I was dealing with him from my trauma self. And I started to come out of my trauma self. Like we're talking about the growth now. So I started to come out of my trauma self and I couldn't deal with him in this aspect. And so I was trying to get him to come with me and he wasn't. So it was either I had to leave or I had to stay there and let it drain me. Because it was draining me. I was in and out of depression. I was in and out of the hospital. I was sick all the time. It was always something happening. And I was like, I gotta go. The amount of light that I felt when I did it, because I had to be understanding to myself that if he's going to get there, he's not going to get there with me. He don't have to get there by himself. I can't make him do that.
Right.
So yes, I did try different avenues. I tried counseling. I tried a lot of different stuff, and it just wasn't going. It wasn't. You know, and I didn't see him getting to that space where he would continue, that he would try. You know, he's a fight or flight person. So, and that was it. So we're either going to argue about it or I'm leaving. And this is the second time that I've ever left. I left before, and that was about over a year ago. But after that, I told him I'm staying steadfast in this marriage. I'm not leaving you ever again. But if I do leave, know that I'm completely done, because I've done all I could do. And every time we got into an argument for the past like maybe 2-3 months, he'll just get up and leave. Gone. I don't know where he at. Then he'll come back the next day like nothing happened. Or he'll come back like, you know, whatever. I'm like, this ain't working.
No.
First of all, you not finna just walk up out of here and I don't know where you at. Okay. If I don't know where you at, you stay there. Okay.
For real.
I was like, you're just gonna have to. Now, a few times I did know where he was at, but at the same time, it was the audacity for me.
And dismissiveness of it.
You're not staying 10 toes in this marriage, and every time something happens, you want to leave. There's no growth in that.
No.
And then now you want to come back like, all right, I'm gone. I had to get some air and I'm back. So what we having for breakfast? No, nothing. Doesn't go that
videos.
Like
air.
I
already ate.
You better figure it out.
I just made me some shrimp and grits. I don't know what you gonna eat.
For real.
Oh wow. So do you feel as if he loved you to the capacity that he can love you? Like that's his 100%.
I think so. I think that he needs to love himself. And there's something there he's not loving himself enough. He was never going to be able to love me to the capacity in which I felt like I needed and I deserved, because he honestly doesn't love himself enough yet. And I'm just, and despite everything, I pray every day for him. And my main prayer is that he loves himself and that he finds the love within himself that he's searching for everybody else to fulfill in him. Because he's one of those types that he had friends everywhere and he can just run to any of his friends. So anytime me and him got into it, he was running to this friend, running to that friend. He had all these people to run to. But I was trying to tell him, like, I don't want you to run away from me. I want you to run to me and tell me what's going on. Like, what is happening? Let's talk about this without it being an argument.
For real.
It could never get to that space. So and you know, not to put all of his business out there, but there's been a lot of things in his life, right, that it is what it is.
A lot of men don't really understand that they don't love themselves and that they're always trying to find that from someone else. Especially, I don't want to just single out like men without fathers, but usually when you don't have that in your life, seeing how this man presents himself, or like when you don't have those role models in your life showing you what a man is supposed to be like, they really don't have that love for themselves. And when they do have the men in their lives that go out and seek love from everybody else, that's what they follow. And it's like, when you said you got out of your trauma self, he's probably still there. Like I've seen that, like with my own eyes, somebody being in their trauma self. And I'm just like, it kind of goes back to like, who hurt you and when did they hurt you? Because what age did you kind of like get stuck at with your emotional intelligence? Because you're still there. Like, who hurt this little boy that you're being? Because now we got to get past that, because I had to do that for myself. I was literally like stuck in middle school age and was like, it is what it is. Still trying to go through this little emo phase that I was dealing with, trying to wear black all the time. And now I'm just like, colors are cool.
Not the colors are cool.
Give me a little mustard on. I see you.
But it's hard for them. Like, I'm not making no excuses for them, but at the same time, they can't. Can they really answer that question? Because they were taught. Well, most. I'm not gonna say all men were taught, but most were taught not to be able to tap into that emotional part of them. So a lot of times their lives get lost in the process because they're growing, and when they want to tap into that emotional part, it's like somebody telling them, man the fuck up. Men don't cry. Don't do this. Don't do that. So they chopping that shit up and like putting it in a big Pandora ass box and locking that shit away.
That stuff,
you know what I'm saying? Right.
Yeah.
And so it slowly start opening like once he get in a relationship, and it's like, how does he tap into that shit? And unless he comes to the realization, I need help. I need to talk to somebody.
And it's an ego thing too. It definitely is. It's definitely an ego thing, and I want to say a societal thing. It's the people that they're around too, because I can honestly say that there was people around him that were enablers of his behavior. You know, so
that's usually how it goes, though. You know, the one that's always lashing out. 90% of the time, it's like a woman in his life, his mama, his sisters. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who enables that in him or in men in general. But I totally agree with you, Genesis, is that a lot of times men are so often told not to be emotional that when they do try to be emotional, then sometimes it's the woman that they're with that's throwing the shit right back in their face. Oh, you always crying. You always whining.
But you're a punk.
Be a man. You know what I'm saying?
But you want me to be vulnerable, nigga.
I love a man that can be able to cry. There were times where he was able to get emotional. His mom passed, so it was times when he would get emotional about her or about his grandmothers. And I would be there for him the best way I can. I tried to like celebrate his mother's birthday or his grandma's birthday in a way where we would do stuff, you know, because I know that I haven't lost my mother, and I know I would lose my damn mind if I did. So I don't know that feeling. So I would try to do stuff, and said like the purpose of our wedding anniversary is because it correlates to a month to the date of his mother's birthday. Like it's things that I was trying to do in that aspect just to let him know, like I know that there's pain there. And I know that you have, you know, some things that you're dealing with, but I'm here for you regardless. Like I've never tried to make him feel less of if he got emotional or if he started to cry. I honestly don't like it when women do that. I feel like this is complete disrespect.
It makes her a trash ass person, honestly.
I think that's horrible because once you're crying, you want him to
baby you and coddle you.
Exactly. But then now he's that way and you want to be like, man up.
Right.
No, don't do that.
It happens so rarely that I'm the type, I embrace a man's vulnerability. Like that's honestly, to me, that's kind of a gift. If you feel comfortable enough to be vulnerable around me, then that's telling me that you're comfortable and you're in a safe. I'm creating a safe space for you. And that's really important in being in a relationship because that helps with the communication. That helps with the reciprocation. You know what I'm saying? And you have to create that space. But those women that do that, baby.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, the ones who do create the safe spaces for men become the home girl. And I never understand that. But
because they know that usually even though they have this big ego, they know that they're not good enough in a sense. They know that they're not at that point. Good enough. They know that they're not at that point to treat the homegirl right. So they're just like, I'm going to keep her around. And I know that she's good for me, but I have to keep her at a distance. Like men be dumb, but they're not that dumb. Like they know sometimes where to put people in their
They
lives.
compartmentalize very well.
Yeah, that was the
so
word.
they're
Yeah.
like, okay, this person
Come
is
on,
different,
big
and
word
I ain't
number
got to like
two.
that.
Let me
Yes.
tell you something. I struggled the other day trying to pronounce that shit. I was like, carpentable, nonetheless. Knew the meaning and everything, but man, okay, that was another fact that I could have kept to myself. My bad.
It's okay. It's okay, Auntie.
It's okay.
Let's get to some of the comments. Shar said, I think I'm emotionally childish. I just block them. I don't feel like explaining a thing. I'm tired of explaining and begging for what I feel should be common sense.
Yeah.
But that's part of the problem sometimes is that because you feel it's common sense.
Yeah.
When it comes down to certain things, and everybody's life experience is different. So therefore, like what you may think is common sense, and it may be sometimes shit is common sense to women. You know what I'm saying? And so that common sense shit to women ain't common sense shit to men. And then sometimes certain shit just ain't general common sense all the way around. Cause like I said, based on, upbringing and whatnot. So I know a lot of us that grew up in a certain area, in a certain era, feel like a lot of shit should be common sense. But sometimes when you really get to the nitty gritty of it all, it'd be like, well, that's really not common sense, because apparently it's a lot more people out here who don't know about that. So I don't think that's really common sense.
But give an example.
When you think about the people that we're talking about, a lot of times they grew up having to live one way and only had one person to confide in, the grandmother, the mother, or whatever. And if that person disappears, they have to go back to being, rock. So by the time we meet that person, we don't know how many transitions they've gone through.
That they've been through, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, there you are again with the emotional intelligence part. The test itself was so funny because we just had to figure out, faces and stuff like that. And I got a couple wrong.
Me too. I'm like, that face looks.
Me too. And I realized
I was like,
I got the very first one wrong.
Me too. Like, what? That's
what that's not what that looked like.
That does not look like fear. They need to create a black people
girl,
because the fear on our face look different than the fear on her face.
But yes, they needed another black girl because we needed somebody to do that
on one of them. I was like,
we needed somebody to give us the sister girl look, and she was giving us some kind of look.
Because she looked plain. I was like, what's wrong with her?
Right,
exactly, because that could have been anything.
Happy?
And I realized that when I was taking the test, I realized that I kind of had to go into a, like, something clicked in the middle of me taking the test, and I was like, I gotta shift gears in a sense. Like, it's not what I see on a regular. It's, I guess, in a sense, with everybody. Yeah. I gotta mix up the cultures in a sense, because my mind was like, that doesn't make sense. And then I was like, wait a minute, and I started like processing what the face looked like out loud, and I was like, oh, that might look like this to that person. And that's when I started getting more right. And I was like, this is dumb.
But you couldn't just look at it at first glance. You had to look at every element, because they broke down like, oh, if their head tilted to the side, if they got the mouth squinched.
Yes, exactly.
The eyebrows, the chin, the jaw is extended.
I giggled at myself because I must have clicked the one that looked like love a couple of times. I was like, well, that's why the hell I can't find, because I misinterpreted what
they was like, no, they just amused.
They had the wrong faces.
I feel like the whole shame look, and she like, that's love. Like,
that's love.
That man was actually prideful. He was actually prideful.
She said, now that's shame.
But he said he loved me while he was looking like that.
Exactly. What's going on? But
that nigga was just shame.
Right. It's kind of hard to read the room. I read something. I read somebody's post, I think it was yesterday or today, where someone said you can lick and touch and know every part of someone's body and still not know their emotions or the inside of them.
Girl, what kind of post is hoop?
I used to actually say that. I actually told the man that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bruh, you will lick me from the rooter to the tutor, from the top to the bottom.
You can know me all physically.
The minute I ask you something about how you feeling or how your mental or how your emotions,
they don't know what the hell going on. I
don't know.
I mean,
what's that? What's that?
I mean, you definitely would think at that point they would be their most vulnerable. We see them naked, we're doing things to them, but yet and still we haven't tapped into any of that inside of them, period. I'm like,
a lot of men detach emotion from sex.
Yes.
Especially if they
I'm about to say that's why they be saying I love you.
That's
like,
why they say I love you.
The hell?
That's
not my baby.
You ain't never said that. Is that the first time you saying that in this relationship? Nah, we can't do this no more.
But see, that's the emotional intelligence part too. I mean, you know, you have something like fantastic sex, and you could tie that to love. But just like you all said, you can disconnect that from the feeling of love.
But sometimes it don't even be love. It just be like, bitch, where you been all my life? This feels amazing. And it don't even love. It's a lust.
Yeah.
But I mean,
he
a lot of
vagina,
times, right? That he like the package.
Like that one entity right there.
Yeah, he like that part of you, not the rest of it. You know,
I mean, what's the name made a song dedicated to vagina, to the pussy?
Who?
R. Kelly.
The aura.
Did you really bring up the aura?
My bad.
I thought you was gonna say nothing about Nelly.
I'm thinking that you was about to bring up
made a whole song.
free.
The name of the song is called "Marry the Pussy." That's the name of.
Oh yeah, I know that song. I thought you was gonna say Tip Drill. It must be your ass.
I thought you was gonna mention the artist that was free and not locked up. So
I can't even think of an artist that is free that made a song that was to get dedicated strictly to vagina.
He made a song about booty too. I mean, he likes all the parts. He don't like the mind.
No.
He likes the body.
Clearly.
But I just know. Y'all stupid. I just know that when it comes to like those situations, sometimes dudes just they feel like that's the best time to say it, because any other time they do have to be emotionally naked in order to say I love you. You know what I'm saying? They be like, fuck, she ain't really listening. I love you.
Be like, no, I heard everything actually. All my senses are heightened.
Because I've been waiting on that. I was waiting on that. Now I'm about to hold your ass too.
What?
What? When you was mid-stroke.
Be like, stop, hold on. What you say it again?
Right now, because
you start going again.
Right.
That's what you said.
Right.
When you said you love me.
You said what?
Push.
And wait, look, they still be trying to keep going. So
like,
you just sitting there like, no, what
you start moving your back, like, get up out of me. So, what you say?
Remember when you said you love me? What's going on?
Staring deep in my soul while you deep in my soul.
Right.
Hello.
Don't do that.
You said what?
Don't do
that part.
So
it's okay.
No.
The devil told me he loved me because that was not you, apparently. Demon Tom head ass.
Right. But those kind of situations be scary. Been there, done that. Won't do that shit again. Like if you tell me you love me while we screwing, sir, you got to figure out another time to say it. Don't say it to me while we screwing. You better wait till you land in my lap and I'm rubbing your head or some shit. Like say it then. Cool. Just let it slide out, but don't say it while we doing it, because at that point in time, I'm not gonna believe you.
If that's the first time too.
If that's the first time,
yeah. Like if you done said it like several times before, then all right, cool.
But they slick with saying it. They you know, you be in the middle of a joking, ha ha ha. You know I love you, girl. I mean, that's not that's not what you want.
I'm like, what?
No, I don't know.
I can assume.
You what? Now, because I'm gonna make you say it. I'm gonna make you say it. Now, you said you what? You better say it again. I'm gonna make you say it.
Then he be like, "That's why I'll never say
That's
nothing."
why I'll never tell your ass.
Exactly.
You always go the extra
You blowing
mile.
this out of proportion.
Why you doing all of that?
It's love. What you mean?
You said
That's
you
what I'm saying. Like the person that I
ain't been waiting on this shit.
The person I end up with gotta know that I'm childish a lot. Okay, like I really am that person, because if I'm fucking with you in that way, and you say some shit like that, you trying to be slick and try to slick tell me that I love you, I'm a slick embarrass your ass. You what? Gonna say it. Gonna say it. I'm gonna be all in your face. Like, say it again. I'll be out here like, make me say it again, boy. I'm, like all kind of shit. Like, because don't slick talk me, nigga. We gonna slick talk. Let's
correct. Okay.
Okay. I'm a slick talk you too.
Now, what if they say it and they ain't inside you, but they saying it and they eating you?
No.
You still love this
same
vagina.
Thing. You still in
there. I'm grabbing that head and like, what you say, nigga?
Come up for air real quick.
Right, like what you explain yourself. Hold on, go back.
What quick. You loving?
Before I lose that.
Because he wasn't talking to me.
Grabbing the head.
Right, obviously.
He was not talking to me. He was talking to her.
He was talking to her.
Eyes, not my
eyes. Talking to her. Like, nah. Come up here.
Even if he looked up while he said it. No, you still talking to her.
Right, you still talking to her because my head back. I can't see you, nigga. I'm not looking down at you.
Boy, my stomach in the way.
Right.
Definitely in the way.
Hold, what's the
belly, titties, everything. Blocking my view.
Boy, my stomach is in the way. Don't talk to me from down there.
In the way.
You sound a little
talk to the fupa.
Right, for real. You sound a little muffled.
I can't hear nothing.
Her name is Gloria. Talk to her too.
Because next thing I'm gonna be like, huh?
Gloria.
I don't have.
Yes, her name. I named her. Her name is Gloria.
I don't have
my
Gloria. I think mine is Coco because
girl, why? That's mine. Her name.
I'm in love.
Sometimes people be sharing.
It's just Aquarius.
It's an Aquarius thing.
Because I got an email called Taste the Cocoa, and I had that in high school. No, college.
Let me find out you was the ghetto girl going to the interviews. Talking about my email address is taste the cocoa 99 in the 2000.
I have a Yahoo one, but I use that in one of those
AOL.
Ooh, girl. AOL. All I heard was that internet sound.
You can message me.
Right
in the chat room.
I was always not the chat room.
I want to say shout out to my sisters that are watching. I love you guys.
Hey sisters.
Hey girl. Hey y'all. Listen. Taste the cocoa.
Oh, good. I still use it for junk
Taste
mail.
The cocoa at 9.
You gotta use it for junk mail. Like I want them promotion codes.
Man,
I want them for my regular.
Yeah,
I got you.
I be sending
don't send that
my birthday coupons to my junk mail.
Thank you.
Facts.
Thank you.
Let me go ahead and get this free burger.
Oh.
Yeah.
Listen.
Free dessert. Where?
Shoot, I'm still gonna collect my wedding anniversary rewards that I got.
Oh, there you go.
I would too. You deserve
it. I deserve.
I have a question.
I deserve.
I have a question. Give me some examples of when you first meet someone and you want to explain the things that you need as far as emotional intelligence.
Oh, that's a struggle.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell you why it's a struggle for me. Because most of y'all know me pretty well, and if y'all don't know me pretty well, y'all are learning me. That I'm very expressive when it comes to like how I feel about people and things, and I say I love you effortlessly to people, you know what I'm saying? Because I said 9-10 times, okay, love y'all, that, you know what I'm saying? Because I do. So to meet somebody that I am interested in, and in order to express myself and my needs without making it seem like I'm doing too much.
Yes.
That's hard for me. I posted a meme not too long ago, and it was like right after saying something to somebody, and it was a picture of a man staring off into space, and in his mind, it said, "I have got to get normal, Lord.
It's together.
I have got to get normaler." And it was the fact that it said normaler, like was what threw me off. But it was so hilarious because I am very expressive, and so me wanting to say, "Hey, this is what I need. This is what I like about you." Because also being an empath, it is one of those things that you can gather a lot from people, and it don't take you a long time to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And so because you gather a lot in a short period of time, you can kind of read people pretty well. And the one thing that I end up having to tell people is that I know I'm a lot. Okay. And I do have to say that. I know I have to say that because one, people aren't used to people with big energy.
Mm-hmm.
Like I take up space. I take up space mentally, physically, you know what I'm saying? Spiritually, I take up space. Vertically, you know what I'm saying? Horizontally. Either way you want to think about taking up space, I take up space. And I have I do not apologize for that.
Right.
But I do know that sometimes that's a lot for people to take in when they're not used to it.
Mm-hmm.
So I be trying to spoon feed motherfuckers, but my spoon like this goddamn big.
Right.
I just feel like those not your people.
You go.
Well, no, like sometimes it's just to me, sometimes it's like it's not that they're not my people. They are my people. They're just not used
getting to know you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes your people ain't always the people that's going to automatically attach to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Your people might be the people that you gotta slow walk it with them. Like, come on, baby. Come on. We going. You know, you gotta walk them like a toddler, like give me your hand. Cause you know you love it over here. Come on, baby. I got you.
Come on this side.
You know,
I'm gonna be honest, like I was terrible at communication. And I just really started getting into the point where there was a point where I would try to tell somebody or want to say something, but I was afraid of pushing him away if I said it. Now I have somebody that I'm interested in, and when he does something that I don't like, I'm like, fuck that being afraid of pushing him away. If I push him away, then you're not for me anyway. So I'll address the situation, I'll address the person, and I will let him know, like, I feel like you doing this, or this might be an scapegoat for you, or this might be some
right. This is how this is coming.
This will be a problem in the long run. And he steps back and he listens and he will reevaluate and be like, okay, you're right. I needed to hear this. But before, baby, that's why a lot of my relationships fail, because I didn't know how to speak the fuck up for myself. But it also had me recognizing what I needed.
Okay, and then you set up. You like somebody, girl.
It's a little
but it's not like
look Kim, I got a crush on you.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. I feel like I'm too grown to be having the whole high school crush on somebody.
But you're
not. At the same time, it's just organic. It's a friendship. I don't even think I'm really ready for no relationship right now. So I'm still trying to get me together. But at the same time, I like his energy in this space of me.
I'm glad you said that. I'm gonna read something that I read today based on what you just said. Hold on, because y'all know I be over here. Y'all know I be random, just like the book. Shit, I just thought about that shit random yesterday and was like, hey.
I can't wait to listen to it.
It was a post about like 4 different books that talked about that. And I was like, did she see this post? Because why is this book in there?
Not at all.
I have to go back to that page so I can share it to y'all. Because I'm like,
why she... It literally just happened to come out of nowhere, and I don't know why. My brain is just wired that way. It was on my pattern app. It was on my pattern app, and it was literally talking about me, but it said, although you may feel incredibly alive right now, it's also possible to be overwhelmed by this energy. Some people may feel as though they have too many thoughts circulating in their mind at this moment. And although this energy can direct your attention to unconscious patterns and behaviors, what you're seeing is now ready to come to light. If fear is dictating your choices, or if self-doubt is affecting the way you act in the world, then that will be revealed to you now. Hold on, shit. If you're saying no to something or someone, or closing yourself off to intimacy because you're afraid of being hurt again, then that will be made clear. The intention is to help you recognize these wounds, incorporate them, and heal them. But that made me think about you, because we always say, oh, I don't think I'm ready for a relationship because I'm still working on me. Baby, you gonna be forever working
on you while in a relationship.
Yeah.
Got me
you work on
working,
yourself
day
and the relationship. Same time.
Yeah.
Me working, day
And there's
night.
nothing wrong with you working on yourself.
Right.
While you're in a relationship or while you're dating, they should be working on themselves too.
Right.
And what makes it even more healthier is while both of y'all are working, y'all talking about the work y'all doing. That speaks volumes in any type of intimate relationship or whatever. Because if you could have those conversations with your friends, like, man, girl, I was over here today and I thought about how this, that, you should be able to do the same thing with the person that you are courting or that's courting you.
That's right.
Listen, because I'm learning, y'all. Like, as much as I'll be girl in my relationships, I'll be like,
listen, I know one thing. The next time I consider getting married again, I don't really want to do marriage counseling. What I want to do is be in a session with that person as they're working through whatever trauma that they're working through, because that's the level of, yes. Well, yeah, I don't necessarily want to be couples therapy. I just want to be the support person while they are going.
She want to be there for the solo sesh. You want to see how they process and stuff in real time.
That's what I'm
sitting behind them like, what?
Yeah, that's what I want. And you know why? Why I want that?
Oh, he want to talk about me this session.
Yeah, that's the level of transparency that I want in my next relationship, because you meet someone and you date for this long period of time and say, oh, this is the person I love, this is the person I want to marry. But then you get into a marriage situation and you can totally see a different person. You can see a whole new different person. And as we're going back to the emotional intelligence thing, now you're in this committed relationship, whether married or not. You're in a committed relationship, and how do you work through that now? Because now you're seeing some shit that you didn't see before. Like none of that became manifest. So you wake up and you're like, who the hell is that? You know what I'm saying? Because that wasn't the person that I was talking to for 2 years and was dating.
So for the married people, how much different, what was the level of transition from a regular relationship to the marriage?
So what I know, I'm not going to speak on everybody else, but for me, and then for people that I know, what ends up happening is everybody has an idea of what marriage looks like to them. And when they go into marriage, this is the role that they put into what they think it looks like. And oftentimes a conversation beforehand isn't had, or there is a conversation that's had and the one person is not being transparent. Or you got one person that is being accommodating. So they're like, oh yeah, let's do that, let's do this.
Yeah, sure. Just rolling with the punches.
Okay, cool. But then once you get married, it doesn't end up being that way. It becomes a complete switch. Like something flips and then they're like, "Gotcha, bitch," and then
I'm really
bitch, I ain't
this
gonna
person.
accommodate your motherfucking ass all the time, okay?
You know, it becomes
I'm really here for life. I gotta do better.
It's like
I can no longer accommodate you because I need to be accommodated as well.
Right.
Get your shit together, sir.
Exactly.
So is there another, like, okay, for second time around, if you guys decide to get married again or pursue something else, is there a certain what changes would you make in that pursuit or in that situation before you get married again?
So for me, which I'm real happy that we are having this conversation about emotional intelligence. Back to the outset when I said honor my soul, as soon as something starts to not feel right, you know what I'm saying? We're going to have a conversation about it. And then my expectations, right? And my boundaries too. Because I of course, I'm going to love the person, you know, and I want to adapt, but there's only so much adapting that I really want to do. You know, I don't want to lose myself in a relationship again, right? Because you end up wanting to please the person, right? You want a happy home, you want a happy marriage, and you become almost like this yes person, like, well, okay, you know, I'll do this, or okay, we can do that. You know what I'm saying? But inside your soul is like, oh, I don't want to do that. Like, that sucks. That's a bad idea. I don't want, like, who made that shit up? You know? So I don't want to do that. And so I want to see things grow organically and authentically as we're getting to know each other. And I mean, I'm talking real shit when I mean we need to go to counsel. I need to see you in your solo session. I need to hear your responses.
But also because I feel like sometimes people adjust because you're there. Like the authenticity may not be there because you're there.
It could
And
be.
I'm saying, like, because if somebody was sitting in on one of my sessions, I'd be like,
I don't want them hearing all my
why
business.
you here? Why is you here? Like,
that's like when your parents used to go to doctor appointments with you.
Right.
So
that's like when your parents used to go to doctor's appointments with you, and you used to be like,
oh yeah.
Are you sexually active? No.
Exactly. That's one of them.
No,
like,
daggone well, you popping it.
When the last time you had sex? I have never had sex, doctor.
Right.
What are you
I've never
talking about?
even thought of the thing until you just said it. What are you?
Right, like
what is that?
Spell it. Like, is that what I see on TV and in the movie?
Right.
No. But kind of talking about what Michelle was saying, how it's a switch from when you're dating to marriage. That reminded me of my ex. He used to always say, no, we need to live together first because I do not want to wake up in the middle of the night after we didn't get married and you in there sacrificing chickens. He said, I need to learn you in this space consistently and regularly because I am not waking up, coming in here and you got a whole goat hanging from the ceiling. He's like, nah, it's just.
But I will tell you about that before we.
Nah, that's what he's saying. Like,
what I need to hide that for.
I
didn't know. See it when you come over.
I didn't know this part about you.
I
didn't know this part about you. You was in there sacrificing a whole chicken, and I thought that was dinner.
You.
He said, I thought that was dinner, but you in here sacrificing this motherfucker for something else. We're not gonna do that.
I mean, but in some religions, they don't, they don't do that, right? And
I mean, I get it. Yeah. I mean, that ain't my religion, though. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it was a point that, it was a lot of, I would say, it was a lot of things that we talked about prior to like moving in together. Like, he had his boundaries that he set prior to, like, ain't no sleeping on the couch. If you mad, I'm mad, whatever, we got to figure that shit out because we going upstairs and we going to bed. Like, ain't no sleeping on the couch. I'm not sleeping on no couch because I paid for that motherfucking bed too. I'm not sleeping on a goddamn couch.
That's very emotionally intelligent.
Like, we gotta
a lot of
figure
people
that
don't
out.
do that. They be like, you mad by yourself.
I'm
sleeping peacefully.
I don't want to hear you breathe.
Sitting there sniffling and shit.
And that was the thing. Like, no, that nigga was like, you mad? Well, you better lay over there mad. Ain't no going out. Ain't no leaving it. No, lay over there.
I agree with that. There's no. I don't like that. If I'm that frustrated, like I don't want your presence, I just throw on some headphones. Because then that just kind of cancels out. Like, I don't want to hear you breathe. I think you just did that, Genesis. I don't want to hear you breathe. I don't want to hear you breathe.
But that's just some Aquarius shit. So we just
right. Y'all like being by yourselves. Y'all need 2 separate houses when y'all married.
Right, shit. No, but okay. Honestly, I had an ex.
I mean, Michelle, you a Virgo, so you right there with them.
Oof.
It's always the Leos that.
That makes sense now.
But
you want to sit in somebody's session, she be like,
judging.
I want to know
judging
everything.
In there judging, sitting there like,
me? Are you sure it's me?
I had an ex that I lived with for the first time when I was in college, and I thought that I was gonna get tired of him, but we knew to separate. We knew when to separate and when to come together. Like, he was a gamer, so he'll be out there playing the game. If I'm not in the mood to play the game with him, I'll be in a separate room. During one of his breaks, he'll come in there, kiss on me, and then he'll take his ass back out. And then our time was our time. That's all I want. Like, I want a woman cave when I get married. You hear me? We sharing this motherfucking man cave. We just gonna have to break it down during the week because I need my space too. But
you're gonna have a she shed.
I'm about to say, I'm gonna do a she shed in the backyard.
Weatherproofed and all.
Right, for real.
That part.
When we spend time together, I want you to put that fucking phone aside. This is our time. And then we can go about our own ways, because I don't have to be up under you all the time. Men don't need that. Please go with your friends, boo. Like, I love you. Bring me my chicken back. We can fuck, do, talk, catch up, do whatever, but give me my space. And that's just healthy though.
I had to learn
that. That's the concept. That's what a healthy relationship looks like. A healthy relationship is not it's only me and it's only you. Like, you don't get to nobody else and no friends or nothing. You don't get to go out. You don't get to go on girls trips. Bro, I'm gonna need you to find some friends. We gonna be in here like Martin said on You So Crazy. He isn't the zoo or something open? Isn't the plan or something today? Because why are you constantly up under me, sir? No, I'm gonna need you to go find something to do.
Go do something, even if it's you just going to shop or something.
For real.
Just leave for a couple
hours. Go get your haircut. Here's some money.
Was definitely.
Baby, I'm gonna gift you this. Go get your haircut. Just go talk to me and my shit.
I love it if a man can go out and hang out with his friends, come home, and then wake me up by eating my pussy or something. Like, yes, do that for me.
Keep that energy, baby.
Nigga,
yes.
Don't wake me up for that. Wake me up and give me my chicken first. Like,
I mean,
after.
What?
I want that chicken after.
No, I want my chicken first.
Chicken comes after.
Show me the chicken. Cause you didn't bring me no chicken.
Feed me chicken while you fucking me. Like,
show me the chicken.
That's even better now.
I will say
I'll probably choke on that shit.
Listen. I done got here while trying to smoke weed before, and I almost burnt the shit out of my confidence.
Why
okay,
are you like that?
I don't know. I saw it on the meme, and I was like, "That sounds nice."
That was dope as hell.
That's why it's a meme. That's why
wow.
I
Exactly why it's a
Ain't no way, my guy.
That's
and then I'm trying to throw the goddamn.
You like who you passing it to? You can't pass to nobody.
Literally, I did one of these, like, and then I went around and grabbed it and then brought it back this way.
You stupid.
Because he down there.
Right, for real.
He ain't passing it. No.
Like,
so you better not smoke nothing. You better not blow no smoke up in my girl.
For real.
We finna fight.
All the way off.
You might like it.
Let's go back. We got some comments that we gotta read. Asia said, we in the Black community need to become more comfortable with setting boundaries with people you have to stoop down for. And as a society, needs to be more comfortable with loving detachments.
I literally, because I almost detached myself from my mom a couple months ago. And I was just like, no, like I really had to have a heart-to-heart conversation with her because I am the youngest. And I'm like, I know I'm the baby, but like, I really need you to understand that I'm an adult and I am trying to learn how to, like, do you not want me to learn how to be an adult? Like, I am 27 now and I'm still trying to figure this out. And I know I'll never stop trying to figure it out. But like, you're not really helping with coddling me in this stage. And yes, I know sometimes there would be times where I was just like, Mom, can you help me with this? But it's not all the time. Like, I don't do it as much as my older sister. And she said that. She was just like, when it comes to being an adult, I understand how to do it. But she was like really trying to hold that, like, you're my baby. I don't want you to. And I'm just like, I'll be fine. If anything throws me into like a loop, it will be you, because I'm just like, I can't breathe. You're suffocating me. And I was really like, if it has to get to the point where we don't talk anymore for me to really get that breath of fresh air and relief, then so be it. And she took a minute and she was just like, no, I don't want that. Like, we can talk through this. And I was like, thank you, because I will definitely let you go.
The doctor said,
Mom, check up the deuces. I love you from afar. I'll text you once a month.
Shar said, I hate telling a partner my needs and they reject them. And then someone they respect says the same thing and it's suddenly reasonable. Listen,
that has happened to me a lot. And I hate that shit. And I just be like, I ain't saying nothing else. That's my boundary. I'm not expressing
myself. You showed me how much my needs and what I want mean to you.
Why did I not see this? And why is she this way?
They really do be like that, though.
Remember in Boys in the Hood when he cried and punched the air?
That's when we was talking about the men being emotional.
They do be getting to that point.
And then she said, man, because why would you say it at that time? Nah, I'm going to believe it. Laugh my ass off because I love you too. Would you like, go lay down?
Because I really love you too. But
I love you. We love each other.
That's so funny.
She is silly. I don't want anyone distracting me from me. Ooh, we.
The right person.
Wait, look. She said, did sis just say she was nosy in a healthy sounding way? She did. She did try to make it sound healthy.
I want to sit.
It definitely sounded.
I want to sit in there and be with you because I want to
understand the totality of your.
I need to understand how to love you.
We're gonna have that conversation. We're gonna have that conversation on our own, sis. Therapy is my time.
Right.
Well, literally.
Okay, and I really do get that, but there's some parts of you that really gotta be naked for me now. I need to see some stuff.
But
you can do that in a different way.
I was about to say, because
share. Come on and share.
Doing it in therapy, that's not gonna be it, baby. Yeah. Well, I'm in therapy. That's my time to be naked and learn for myself. Like that's my time for me to be in there trying to figure me out. And then you in there trying to learn me while I'm trying to figure me out, baby. Right. We can't do this at the same time.
I am trying to learn you.
Right. You're trying to learn me in a way as a partner. I'm trying to learn me because I gotta deal with me regularly.
Well, I mean, back with Tasha said, like, how old were you when you experienced this trauma? Because you might be still 16 in your mind. You might be stuck there.
Right.
You don't know
and I get that. I get what you're saying, but
Alexa, stop.
If they're open enough, they'll talk to you about their session.
They'll talk to you.
They'll just relate.
Have the conversation with you. Yeah,
like
you sitting in there like a parent teacher.
Right?
Are they intimidated?
Just there.
It's like, yeah, I'm gonna just be like, I'm gonna go in there and tell the doctor. I'm gonna tell the therapist before we even get started.
No shame.
No, I'm not.
Now, I would say this. I used to try to explain when I would have my therapy sessions. I used to try to explain to my husband some of the things that I was learning in my therapy session and stuff like that. And that was partly, it was a 2-part reason. One, because I wanted him to understand that I was having clarity and starting to understand myself about certain things and how I deal with things. And then 2, it was also a way to kind of have an open dialogue so that he can, you know, be able to at least express himself to me or say like, man, maybe this is something I need to do because I'm seeing your growth. Like I was hoping that it would be, it wasn't, but I was hoping it would be that type of situation. And now my therapist has said, you know, on a session, would you mind if he sat in? And I said, I have no problem with that. If he came and sat in on a session, but I was also being very open as well. So there was really no point of him sitting in on a session at all. But it was just kind of to give him clarity of what's going on and what I'm dealing with or stuff that I may not have been able to express to him openly that I feel in a safe space talking to my therapist about. But go in there and be like, yeah, I'm coming in here today. So what we talking about? Like,
right, for real.
One of my therapists used to try to do that. Like I would talk about anxiety and like my relationship, and she would be like, okay. And she would give me like this little homework, and she'd be like, and it could help your partner too. And I would come in here and try to be like, hey, so I talked about anxiety and she printed this out and maybe we can both work on it. I'm the only nigga in here working on the shit. I'm like, you know what? I ain't talking about your ass in therapy no more. This for me. So yeah.
Listen, I'll be talking about my whole little dating experience in therapy because I'll be like, bitch, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And if we gonna be honest, like I really don't. I'm just kind of like winging it. And like
that's life.
Right, you wing a lot of shit. I get that part. But just like when it came to dating, that was something that I knew myself well in. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day. But I've been single like for quite some time. Right. And when I say single, I mean not in a serious relationship is what I mean when I say single. That don't mean I haven't dated anybody. So let me clear that up. It just means that I haven't been in a serious relationship over a certain period of time. And when I was dating in my 20s, I knew myself very well. I knew who I was, what I wanted, how I was going to be, because I knew I was Martha Stewart Black. I was going to host everything. We going to cook. We going to do these parties, all that kind of stuff. And that was what I did. That was who I was because I flourished in my femininity in doing those kind of things. And the person that I was with at the time allowed me to flow in that. Like he loved when I flowed effortlessly in my femininity because he knew when I was flourishing and thriving in that he was going to reap all the benefits. He was going to reap all the benefits of me flourishing.
Yeah. Happy wife, happy life, basically.
Basically, you know what I'm saying? But then like after our relationship and then trying to get back out here into the dating world, like it is so much confusion for a person who is truly a romantic, I don't even know how to explain it, but like a hopeless romantic type of person. So you out here dating in a hopeless romantic, you're a hopeless romantic dating in a hookup culture. So then it's all funky. So then you become the hopeless romantic who just hooking up for the sake of hooking up. Yeah. And then even with that shit gets raggedy and you tired of that. But then when you trying to really date, like then you see all of your insecurities come to the forefront and then you have a panic attack because now you feel like you're inadequate when it comes to dating.
Well, yeah. I mean, and all of that sounds like me. I mean, I do have feminine energy. It's just that my masculine energy comes forward first because I'm used to taking charge of things. I'm used to doing things for myself. I'm used to not having to really ask somebody for something. And then if I start dating someone, I'm going to observe that person. So I will already pick up the fact that you like Hennessy over.
Girl, I become a whole trick. I be out here thinking.
I mean, I really do study the person so that I know what they like and whatever.
Yeah. But oh my God, I become a whole trick, Michelle.
Look, but that's the problem, you know. It's like I don't want to be as vulnerable because I don't want someone to hurt me deeply.
Or take advantage of it.
Yeah, that part. So
his dating shit is so raggedy, yo.
It is very
that's the
much
main
so.
thing that made me want to be like, maybe I could just make this work because I am scared to go back out here
These dating
in the dating world. Like I'm like,
in the dating pool.
I really, whenever I get back out here dating, I just pray somebody just be like, I've been waiting for you to leave your husband. I won't.
No.
That's what that post I put in. I was like, well, you think I should drop my pen right now?
And I said yes.
Amanda Seals.
And I said yes.
Amanda Seals legit just said something about that on her timeline on Instagram because she was saying like everybody is about to start getting divorced. And them people that was married for a long period of time, they're going to go out here and find them some wild cat or some wild penis for like 6 months. And then they're going to be looking for somebody because they used to stability. They used to being with one person. They used to being like that. As she said, you might be the second time around. You might be the one that get caught on the second time around. And so I didn't. Like and then she said, "Get ready."
Listen. I mean, but it's a
don't come back around here.
Experience.
Don't come back around here. Don't spin the block on me.
I'm trying to. No, she was saying,
like you might be the one after the divorce.
After the first one, you might be the one after the divorce.
You trying to come back?
Nah, you gonna be the one after the divorce. You gonna be wife number 2.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, you got yourself together.
You got. I felt like Ayla did too, and she like you just said. I have doubts. You know what I'm saying? Do I really want to go back in these dating streets because they're reckless? You know, but then like, do you stay? No. Do you stay? Because I mean,
don't put yourself through that either.
That shit could kill you. That stress that comes from that can kill you. It comes to a point that you have to choose self.
I absolutely felt like I was going to die in that marriage. I ain't even gonna lie to you. That's exactly how I felt. She
said, "Hurt my mom if you want
to." Exactly.
That's right.
She said, "I'm coming to your front door."
For real.
She said, "Ma, you not suffocating me. You hear me?"
No, and she right. Cassandra's very vocal, and she'll let you know I don't need all of that attention from you. I got it, whatever. But then she's also the person like, mommy.
She's definitely the person because she be posting that shit on Facebook like, I know my mama not answering her phone.
Exactly. That part.
And then tag you in it.
Exactly.
I called my mama 3 times and she ain't answered her phone.
Listen, please.
I'm like that with my mama. I'm the same way. And when I need her,
like
I'm
you
up
smell
there.
it. Listen, it was a little.
We good now.
The top of the comforter that was burning.
I was like, my peace. It's important, Mom, and you gotta understand.
My mama like, well, you ain't want to come. No, I do not want to move back over there. I love you. I love my mama dearly, but I know my mama too, and I know she'll be like, she'll make me real comfortable. And there's gonna be times when I probably just go over there just so I can lay up under my mama. Because sometimes I just need that. You know what I mean? So trust me, I do it in a minute, but.
Living with her.
Let me tell you something. Take advantage of that every opportunity that you have, because baby, I swear to God, it be days I be wanting to just go lay at the foot of my mama bed and hear her with some church gossip. Okay. The church gossip used to be our shit. They used to be our shit. You just gonna lay across that bed and just be in there like, and he did what, girl? Or she'd call me on the phone like, girl, let me tell you what happened at church today. And I'd be like, what happened, girl? And he did what? And pastor said what? Listen, that used to be, yes.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Cassandra takes the moment every time she don't even let me know sometimes when she's coming over, and here she is. And I know y'all saw the post where I was like, she done got in my bed and she won't get out. She got in the bed, took all her clothes off, and be like,
yeah.
I want you to get out.
Man, right in bed in my underwear with my mama.
Because baby, I miss it. But I really do, when it comes to this whole dating thing, y'all, I really do be struggling.
I struggle too.
And that's one thing that I normally do not say out loud. That's one thing I'll never really say out loud, that I'm struggling. And I'm not, I would say that I'm not struggling in finding people that want to touch my private parts.
Of course not.
You're never gonna struggle. You're never gonna struggle when it comes to people that want to touch your privates. I want somebody who want to hold my hand at the aquarium.
That part.
At the museum.
I want somebody that's gonna walk around the motherfucking Museum of Contemporary Art and don't know shit we looking at.
Don't know nothing we looking at.
But we gonna walk around there and I'm gonna act like I've been an artist all my fucking life, and you better ooh and ah with me, okay?
The one that want to go to the paint and sips.
Man. The one that's gonna
feed me the dessert
in one of them motherfucking exhibits with me, and we gonna get nasty real quick, and then walk out, and then walk out like,
help me out,
babe. Make sure my dress down in
girl,
exactly. In the pumpkin patch,
at the apple orchard,
yes,
okay,
all the way in the back,
in the maze. You gotta go through the corn.
Good apples.
You gotta go through the corn.
At the wine tasting, baby.
Swear to God, them donuts at the apple orchard be fine. The donuts at the apple orchard be fine.
They do. They do.
Matter of fact, if anybody is in Northwest Indiana area, go to the apple orchard for me.
It's in Hobart. It's the one in Hobart.
Listen, go to the apple orchard.
Get you some donuts.
And give me a donut sundae.
Oh, you want the ice cream too?
And eat it. And tell me how good it was.
They got the sundae, and they got the apple cider slushy.
I ain't never had one of those.
Really good.
That's the donut, the apple cider donut with the homemade ice cream. And then they put a little caramel and some nuts on it.
We're supposed to be going tomorrow. I don't know if we still going, but I'm going.
You should go.
You definitely need to go.
Man.
That used to be.
You ready?
And that's the thing. Like, I want the corny shit that most dudes think that women don't want these days.
Matching pajamas.
Sir, I want all the corn.
I want all the corn.
Matching shoes. Then we take a picture.
I want the matching sweatsuits. The motherfucking matching swish wash pants joints. I want the shirt that say
I'm with him.
No, the one that say I am. What is it? It's he wears something and then it say I am. Like
it completes the sentence or something like
that. I don't know what the fuck the shirt says, but I want that one. And then I want the one with the fingers like this.
Yeah.
Like this.
Like if I'm lost.
Yeah,
return me to him. And then it's like I'm her.
Right? Yes. Yes. I want that shit. Like, we ain't gotta do it all the time, but I want somebody that's gonna be corny with me.
Then you go on vacation and have the coordinated colors and y'all both stepping out looking
we get to walking out like walk out like Will Smith on Bad Boys when he walked out with that motherfucker.
And then like
the all white, red, or blue on the cruise at the cruise dinner.
Yes. Comment.
Coordinate.
Your Cybernese comment.
I want to dress up.
I was about to say, y'all want to
go to the Marvel premieres and dress up.
Girl.
She said, y'all want to be on the gob on the car. Yes.
You make me sick.
That's my love language.
I want to go. That's what I want to do. And you hear it, okay? That's how much on the cob I want to be, okay? Because
if corny was a love language,
hello.
Because that's mine.
And I don't know why people
that's the number one.
Like, I don't know what people's idea of me is, but baby, I'm that girl, okay? I'm the girl to be in corn tea, okay?
And I am too.
Nigga, I want you to write a card. I want you to send me a piece of paper that say, "Do you like me? Yes or no?" Circle 1. I still want that shit.
I want a handwritten letter. Like I used to write handwritten letters to like friends and shit. I want a handwritten letter.
I did that mess in freaking middle school.
Girl, I got a whole box. Because it just
I don't know what happened to none of my letters. We used to write letters all the time. And
I still
write
letters from niggas in jail, but do those count?
I still write letters.
Pen pals?
I send
sign me up. So
well, there is a jail right across the street.
Sign me up.
I'm good.
Nah,
ain't that much to talk about. All you see is 4 walls all day. I'm out here living my life.
You'll be surprised.
I know they be telling you the story.
They be living life. I'm like, I want to go to jail.
It's a whole podcast, not even a podcast. It's a page on Facebook called Prison Bars, and these niggas be on this phone chopping it up with females, rapping, and doing all that. I'm like, y'all getting money. People sending money.
They send them. They put money on their commissary and stuff.
It is a podcast. I cannot think of what it is called.
Mm-hmm.
But they do have a podcast, and it is from jail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they be on the Instagram and everything because they get the little tablet for the day.
The little tablet in jail. So
I would have never known about that unless I watched 90 Days in Jail. And I was like,
I was getting to say, I thought they weren't allowed to have all that stuff in there.
They
got tablets
because on the tablet
they
do
the
school.
Commissary.
They can do school and they commissary, all that kind of stuff on them tablets. That's how they could talk to you, like send you messages and shit.
Other than calling you on the phone.
Yeah, they can send messages.
See?
All that.
Now let me just tell all my other little aunties out in the world. Look, don't be doing that online dating. You could be dating some niggas.
What she said.
But most of the dudes that's in jail, they gonna tell you.
They tell you that they in jail.
Most of the dudes that's in jail, they gonna tell you they in jail. And
all
6 of their pictures gonna look the same.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna see that little gray sweatshirt.
The matchy match.
You gonna see the gray sweatshirt with the gray
pants. Not real shoes.
With
the slides. The orange ones. Or the black ones. The gray ones.
Oh my God.
The generic
something recent. Natasha, because she's running down the whole shit.
No, because listen, they are on
during
the dating app.
I was watching 90 Days. And I was like, y'all ain't got no shoes? Oh yeah, the shoelaces y'all can't.
Right, they ain't never outside.
Never outside.
Because they can't take their phones outside because it's somebody out there.
Oh yeah, they can't take the tablet.
They gotta take that shit inside. Yeah. And you can always tell because it's always like a bunk bed or some shit right here. Like right here.
And what grown man got a bunk bed in real life?
It's a scary
unless you still
and it ain't pink or nothing. It ain't pink or nothing, so it ain't your kids. It ain't like in your kids' room.
It's a little metal.
It's metal with a brick wall right behind it. So,
but most college dorms like that too.
They got regular beds.
They got regular beds. They beds are wood.
They ain't got no bunk beds.
Oh, okay.
And they got bunk beds no more in college.
Shut that dorm down if they still got that. Yo, really trying to do a pathway to jail. What is going on here? You gonna make them spend all that tuition money and then they got.
And I got to sleep in a cell.
Exactly. Well, yeah, that's what my college dorm looked like back in the day.
Well, yeah, that's understood.
No, they got regular beds.
That was shade.
I mean, no, it wasn't.
Not for me.
And I didn't think
like
that was shade.
Like in the 99 and the 2000 shit, them beds was stacked up.
Yeah, no, they wasn't.
You could take them down. You could take them down.
Wasn't shit. I had we had twin beds, but they weren't never stacked.
We definitely had.
I was 99.
Why you got a bunk bed, sir? Oh, I'm in jail.
You just decided to tell me this?
Because it's true. But listen, we can talk all night because y'all know how we do. Y'all know how the aunties do. We get a little intoxication in our system. We'll be going. Mm-hmm. And I'm surprised Genesis ain't said she was hungry. So
no, I was about to say it, shit, because I'm starving.
It's been a good night if she ain't said she was hungry.
She said that Sunday that you was talking about was hitting.
Oh yeah, that definitely slaps. So if you go tomorrow, get one and then send it to me.
Yeah,
without the ice cream, I'll put my own ice cream on it. But yeah, when it all comes down to all of this shit we was talking about, like you really do have to find yourself and then be okay with who you're becoming so that you can be able to honestly and openly tell somebody who you are. So that way.
She said ready to go.
She said she got that blanket over that shoulder, ready to go.
She said that at the beginning, like it's cold in here, so we gotta see this.
My feet cold. I need some socks.
So you better put that pot of water on the stove, let it boil.
Girl,
open up the oven,
let it heat.
Okay, because listen, that's how you save money in the winter.
I got 2 space heaters up in this.
Them dangerous. We don't do them.
You got to get the ones that automatically shut off if they lean over.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that big ass green.
You got to get a weighted blanket.
That's what
the weighted blankets be. Ooh.
I want.
They got them on.
They
Amazon.
are so good. Yeah.
On Amazon. They got
my hoodie.
Yeah.
Get it on Prime Day. That's when I got mine.
That's what. Yep.
I was like,
I'm waiting for it. Yes.
Blessings.
Waiting for it.
But make sure, y'all, we out here growing. We too grown to not be growing. Okay.
Agreed.
And we too grown to not be tapping into our emotions and being able to openly and honestly express them to the person that we're with or the person that we're interested in, including myself. Shit, I'm still learning a lot of things about myself when it comes to dating, and even as I am growing just in general. So make sure you tap into yourself so you know who you are, so that way you are not presenting a representative to the person that you are going to be with. All right. At the end of the day, we got to get better, and we got to make sure that when we do finally have someone, that they have a safe space within us. Okay, because creating that safe space is important, because if they ain't got it with you, they're gonna find it somewhere else. Not to say like that's your motivation, but shit, if you really want to be with this motherfucker, make it a safe space. Shit, don't be up here throwing the shit in their face, pissing in the bed ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that. If he peed in the bed, find out why. No, just
good if you come to the
you dreaming about your grandma again. Goddamn.
Listen.
That's why you got to go to the session.
No,
ma'am. And don't be trying to go to nobody's session with him.
Did you get that figured out? I realize you're not peeing as much. All right. Maybe I can come back in here.
That's what I'm saying.
No. Sarah just come in here. You just come in here after that session and just talk to me. I don't know.
I don't
want to know why, at this age.
Yes, I do.
I don't.
I don't want to be in there for the breakthrough session because you really want to be going through it and you need a moment.
I don't want to know why you peeing in the bed.
I do.
47.
Yes, I do.
Now if it's a matter of me, that's a whole different situation. Now that's a whole different doctor visit. But
yeah, true.
It might be some other things going on. You might have to go get the little thing. Go get the little prostate exam. I'll have to go in there because why you peeing in the bed?
Lord have mercy.
I want to know.
So
I don't
let's switch up this diet.
We gonna do better. We're going to do better about who we are and how we approaching this thing called dating. And we gonna make sure that we out here emotionally intelligent. Because if you out here emotionally ignorant, you could possibly lose the person who was meant for you because you weren't ready to receive them.
Hurting yourself more than anything else.
Say it, Auntie in training. You know what I'm saying? Hurt people. We out of this thing, lady. Y'all got, I said ladies, y'all got any last thoughts before we go?
No, man.
Wait a minute. We don't have a good night kiss?
We do not, because I knew this topic was gonna ride. You know what I'm saying? So we don't have a good night kiss for tonight. We will have a good night kiss for our next show. But we knew this one was gonna ride, and we was gonna ride well with this topic. for the 2 hours. So we'll be back.
She is distraught.
And when we come back, we're going to have our good night kiss. But since we don't have one, make sure y'all check him out on Sultry Sundays.
Her in the salon.
That's probably him.
These are my alarms for my
she said you got to go.
Regimen. For my regular regimen throughout the week. You know what I'm saying? So it just happens to do it on this Friday as well. Because the other Fridays that I don't be doing this, I still need them alarms to go off. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's my meditation time, Fuji. So, since the ladies don't have anything else, make sure y'all check out the Phat Girl Chronicles on Tuesdays. Make sure y'all check out the Mouth Sultry Sundays and Wind Down Wednesday. What else?
Sarcarrogance,
all of the shit over there. It's a bunch of them. It's like 16, 17 of them. Stay tuned for the upcoming show from New Vibe CBD Dispensary called High Maintenance. What else we got?
Oh, Sarcarrogance live show is tomorrow.
Sarcarrogance live show
starting at 3.
It starts at 3. PGC After Dark is on there. Mm-hmm. What else? What else we got, y'all? Mm-hmm. Don't let me forget nothing, because I don't want nobody to be talking about.
I need a vacation. You got one of those coming up?
Right. You have like a group outing.
Oh,
we need a girls trip.
If you're in the Philly area, I will be at the Afros and Audio Podcast Festival the 21st through the 24th. Cool. That's gonna be dope. Well, it's not the 21st, the 21st through the 23rd.
I was about to say all 4 days.
Yeah, that's a Monday, the 24th. That's the leaving day. That's why I was about to say. But the 21st to the 23rd is the Afros and Audios Podcast Festival. If y'all want to learn more about podcasts, make sure y'all check that out. I think that's it. If there's nothing else, y'all know what I say each and every show is, whether it's this one or the traditional Tuesday show. Whatever you do for the rest of the evening and the rest of the week, don't do it with your half-ass. Do it with your whole ass. All right, y'all. I love y'all. Peace. Be good to yourself and to others. We out of this thing.
And I'm mad.
Trust. Independence. Love. Respect. Passion. Pain. Intimacy. Pleasure. I sit here stuck inside my head, remembering you and I analyze all those things you said.